am Groot.
Let's talk about that. Hello everybody, the Brickologist here with another LEGO Marvel Superheroes The Infinity Saga set review. Today we have set number 76297, Dancing Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. This set retails for about $45 US, contains 459 pieces, and here is a front look at your box. The back of the box showcases some of the play features included inside this set. This set includes one instruction manual, 92 pages of building, and there are no special advertisements for anything else inside here. Over 450 pieces later and your LEGO Dancing Groot is now complete. There are no minifigures included with this set, it's just Groot in his pot alongside some accessories we'll look at towards the end of this video, but first let's jump in and look at everyone's favorite twig. This variation of Groot is based on the very end scene of the original Guardians of the Galaxy right after the credits start to roll when it says the Guardians of the Galaxy will return. In the sequence, Groot is dancing and trying to hide his moves from Drax the Destroyer. In terms of actual physical screen time, this has to be one of the least amounts I've ever seen for something made into a LEGO Marvel superhero set, especially 10 years after the release of the film. It's like maybe a minute total, and there are also appearances of this version of Groot in the I Am Groot Disney Plus series. But it's impossible to deny just how iconic this moment is from the film, making this a worthy LEGO Marvel set in my opinion. Now, the Danish toy maker refers to him as Dancing Groot, but I've always called him Potted Groot because, well, you see, he's literally in a pot. If you built last year's Piranha Plant set as part of the LEGO Super Mario Bros. Theme, you're pretty familiar with this design, albeit a little bit downscaled. It's pretty much smooth the entire way around besides this crank and clip, and I'll talk about what both of those elements do later. And there is the Guardians of the Galaxy plaque at the front, which can actually be customized to say the same thing in their alien language, or to represent the I Am Groot show, which I don't think anybody's going to do, but maybe I'm wrong. Unfortunately, all three of these are stickers. Moving on to the sentient tree himself, this Groot figure is very detailed and actually has a lot more going on than meets the eye. Starting off at his base and working the way up his torso, I really do like all the techniques on display here. Again, there are some more stickers for added details. The coloration is pretty good. Unfortunately though, my biggest issue with this set is revealed, and that's actually not the exposed Technic pieces on the side. Yeah, those don't look great, but they do serve a purpose. No, my biggest issue here are the green vines and leaf pieces found throughout this build. They are so incredibly bright. I think LEGO would have been better served using maybe a darker green or even more olive green, but as it stands, this bright green just looks like a sore thumb to me. I'm not happy about this color choice. I do really like the technique of the vine wrapping around the arm here. That looks very cool, but once again, it's too bright for me. However, the rest of the arm looks very good, and actually this piece as a finger is pretty clever. While this figure is definitely a little bit more statuesque, there actually are some decent articulation points on the arms here. One at kind of the elbow with mixile ball joint, same thing goes for the wrist, and the fingers can move individually, which is pretty fun and also very much so helps getting this guy into dancing poses. Moving up from there, we have Groot's head, which is one of the most important things to nail in a buildable figure type set, and nailed it, I think they did. They used a very similar technique to the I Am Groot buildable figure from 2022 for his mouth, and I think that was a great choice, and the eyes are also printed here, which I love. But most of the fun details come in the form of the top of his head, and all of those greebles really paid off. The head also doesn't look too bad from behind, and it has its own articulation. It can only swivel, but that does give you some options when posing this figure up. Unfortunately, the rest of Groot here does not look so good from the back. However, if you're displaying this figure from behind, what are you doing? It's now time to discuss what that aforementioned crank can do. Just sit back, enjoy the music, and watch what happens. You can even reverse the direction of the crank and give it a slightly different look. If you couldn't quite tell the exact movements here, pay close attention. He's kind of swiveling at the hips, swaying back and forth in the middle of his torso, which also causes his shoulders to go up and down. It's a really elaborate movement. This is why I wasn't all that upset about the exposed Technic pieces, because this feature is so freaking addicting. I love doing this. So they nailed the dancing part of Dancing Groot, which is perfect, but there's actually another big play feature with this set. You can customize this little guy. A plethora of customization options are included here, featuring sunglasses, headphones, and a bunch of additional plant elements, and these are supposed to replicate scenes from the I Am Groot show, and here is what it looks like on the back of the box. However, for me, I'm a Guardians of the Galaxy guy. I don't really have that much attachment to the I Am Groot show, but LEGO actually gives us storage for these accessories if you don't plan on using them. Remember the clip on the side right here? Well, that's first and foremost where you can actually store the headphones, and even though these aren't specifically from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I might leave those on because it fits the vibe of those films overall. But wait, there's more. On either side, you can actually pop off the bottom of this. It's a little bit hard to do with short fingernails, but there is a big hole on the inside of Groot here, and you can take all of these accessories and store them in here, including those plaques we didn't use that we saw earlier. And literally everything fits on the inside. It's pretty tremendous how well this works out. LEGO really thought of everything. Finally, I wanted to compare Groot to his Volume 2 baby counterpart that is noticeably a lot larger and also had a better color choice for the vine pieces. So, is the LEGO Dancing Groot the best Groot figure they've ever made? I'm not sure this quite reaches the heights of the 2022 I Am Groot set, but it has its own very unique charm. This set also excels at being a display piece for adults like me, but also being a set that I think kids would get an absolute kick out of, especially with that dancing play function. I mean, for heck's sake, I couldn't stop playing with it. Really, my only big issue with this build are those vine pieces I couldn't stop complaining about. Other than that, it's pretty much flawless. Which of course brings us into the biggest issue with this set, and that of course is the price. Now, if you go solely based on price to part ratio, this set is actually a very good deal. It's right on the money at 10 cents per piece. That being said, pretty much every piece in this set is really small, and there's only one print. Everything else you see is a sticker, so I don't think that's a fair comparison, especially considering you get 0 minifigures. The size to price ratio is where this set really falls flat. This feels more like a $30-ish build to me, especially when you compare it to the 2022 I Am Groot set, which was only $10 more, but noticeably bigger. Because it is 2024, because this is a Disney licensed theme, and because it does have a very good price to part ratio, I could see maybe $35 to $38 for this set if I'm being generous, but anything other than that feels like a ripoff. Definitely wait for the 20% off Amazon sale if you can. But don't let my rant about the price of this set make you think I don't like this thing. I really do. I'm very happy to add this to my collection, and it's going to get a really solid rating of an 8 out of 10. Those are just my thoughts though. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching today's review. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out. God bless. Bye-bye.